gym will be out of business
Weatherman
after
Pete.
August 3rd, so I'm practicing the weatherman. As you can see, I'm in Harlem, New York. What up, Harlem? I love y'all, you know, but my shit don't go that fast, okay? But anyway, I just want to say, after August 3rd, I'm going to be the new weatherman. If I ain't going to be it, Kiss is going to fill in, or we're going to have to do this shit together. But August 3rd, after August 3rd, no more weatherman from Capo. It's over.
Capo versus Styles P.
He don't got enough catalog for that.
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, he's been in a few fights.
Has he won any?
I believe so.
Oh, really? Which one?
They say he beat up
His baby mama or something like that?
Nah, he beat up dude at the restaurant.
Who, the cook?
Let me see.
I don't even think he's from Harlem, tell you the truth.
You don't think he's from Harlem?
Nope. I think they never talk about him being in Harlem. I think he's from North Bronx or some shit.
You know, he claims a blood gang out there.
Britney Spears claims a blood gang.
Jim Jones, Styles P, let's talk about it. Versus started out as how much body of work you got, how many dope-ass singles you got, right? Then it grew and progressed into having levels to this shit. It's sort of like boxing. You think you're gonna mash somebody the out until them lights come on, it's a different story. Styles P said, I'm a barsmith. It's levels to this shit. Meaning, look, I can go on my bag with singles, but I can also go on my bags with body and shit, as far as freestyles. Can Jim Jones do that? Maybe he can. Have people seen Jim Jones do that? No, they haven't. Because like I said, once you get under them bright lights like a boxer, it's a different story.
Man, I didn't know how many people love Nas. Well, people, and I'm watching people go absolutely batshit crazy. Like, oh, damn.
All you gotta do is pull up here. You know, you wanna join me? Pull up and join me. You know what I'm saying? Pull right up here and you can join me. I'm on live.
Yeah, talk that shit. Yeah.
We're here, baby. Pull up.
Know what's up?
211, Nepperhead.
Know what's up?
You know what I mean? We're here, baby. Jay Wan pulling up. He went home. You know, after the gym, he want to go get fleet. All you got to do is pull up. 211, Nepperhead. Get checked out. And everything else will fall in line after that. I'm out here with the legends, man. You know what I mean?
My man,
you
right
see
here.
it, man. OG Prince, man, one of the most solid individuals ever touched the universe.
Right.
We keep it solid, we keep it real original over here, 100%. You see who pulls up? The real ones. And we keeping it solid. That's all we do over here. No extra bullshit. If you ain't coming on that type of time, stay where you at. Get your prostate checked, get you a juice. Juice is for life.
I didn't start it. They asked me how I felt about what was said about me on another platform from some other people. You know, I'm not a troublemaker. I don't want nobody to think that anything that I've done was me starting. That was just me being asked a question and me answering as a man, even from the beginning. Like,
I'm standing around Nas right now rapping. Everybody knows that.
What is your relationship with social media right now?
I expect that whether you do something good or whether you do something bad, they're gonna talk negative about you. They're gonna try to downplay your accomplishment no matter who you are and things like that. But it's cool. I know that I'm great at a lot of things that people would love to be great at. I accepted that a long time ago in life. You know, and that's not gonna stop my greatness. I'm gonna continue to excel in who I am. I'm comfortable with that. You dig? Like, I've never seen somebody hate and do the same thing across that line of discretion. So it's like, yo,
in that moment though, that you're saying this thing with Nas, do you know this is gonna be a clip?
100%.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, oh yeah, you just bugged out. You went way beyond the the line of discretion with this one. This one is
because you're just like a badass kid acting up.
Yeah.
But listen, Nas was nice when I was in high school.
Yo, I know how to go viral. This is easy. We're in an easy society. If you like me, don't like me, know who I was, and now find out who I was, one click away from making me some money. You know what I mean? Like, this is entertainment.
Yeah.
Stop being so serious. Loosen up a little bit. We're having fun. If I get upset, it's gonna be a real problem. Mace need to go on a diet. He need to get his life together. He need to go to the doctor and get a physical. He looked terrible, bad body, back ass. He look big around the neck. Waist look crazy. I'm body shaming this. You heard? He need to go get his shit together, get on the treadmill, do some push-ups, do something. You heard? Especially for playing with me. Whenever I do my interviews, I'm very real with myself. You know what I mean? Like, I know the whole playing field. I was a CEO of Diplomats. I made Diplomats with him. I was with him for every bit of his journey. I held him down. I took that position of holding him down. Mace taught me how to rap, and Cam always made sure I was on every single album he had. He was like, boy, once you figure out how to rap the same way you act in these streets, it's gonna work for you. Just keep going. People get this picture painted like I'm from the real bottom with nothing. I've been traveling on the train since I've been 8 and 9. I've been telling people this for years. Like, I'm a real anomaly. Like, I'm different in New York City. I was a man long before I was supposed to be a man. And that's all so I always gotta give credit to where credit is due and shit like that. It would be no Jim Jones. I'm extremely happy today. I'm extremely happy of what I've accomplished, who I've become, what I've overcame, what I have the ability to do. And naturally, if you're going to talk about me, I'm going to always talk my shit. You know, I know how this game goes.
This Jim Jones Nas wasn't even a debate. Nas is a legend. Nas put in work. Nas's lyrics. Jim's not even close. The shit Jim says doesn't even make sense compared to what Nas has done for our culture. Hip-hop, don't you stupid motherfucker know, you dumb, idiotic, wanna be entertained. Are you crazy? You don't play with someone's legacy like this. Y'all know it's not even close. I had the Source magazine, I did amazing shit. I helped a lot of you motherfuckers. Motherfuckers whose careers, and believe me, it's not like it was just me, but I had a hand in helping the culture progress, move forward, grab in the street to help put a light on them. Myself, Dave Bass, and the rest of the crew. I've never seen more clown shit in my life. Ain't no way. Now we're gonna start taking real legends and legacies, and we're gonna start tainting them with this foolishness right now. Are you kidding me? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You can't play with legacies like that. You can't play with Nas's name and his body of work like that. Everybody knows that Jim Jones catalog ain't got nothing to do with Nas. Why are we even entertaining that? Jim is more relevant than Nas now. Get the out of here with that, man. This shit right here got y'all fucked up. Go listen to Nas, or even go listen to Jim. Music is to be listened to, not to be talked about. This is the most disrespectful, one of the most disrespectful shit that's happened to our culture is how much attention this Jim Jones and Nas shit is getting. It's one of the most disrespectful shit that's happened to our culture. But I'm sure y'all will find some other stupid shit to pay attention to fuck our legacy, to fuck our culture up, while the powers that be and the motherfuckers that's holding the strings are steady laughing at us. Disrespecting us while they on their yachts and mega mansions. They give us the crumbs, and what happens? We want to flex on each other. Y'all done really let this motherfucking device take over y'all's souls, y'all's spirits, y'all's minds. This thing controls everything y'all think, y'all say, and y'all do. Now, do you think God wanted it like that? And y'all can't even help it. Y'all run to this and you stay on it all day and entertain bull. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourself for even entertaining this Nas and Jim shit. Ashamed. But this is what a good example, and I want y'all to hear me, a good example of what social media is doing. Social media can take anybody who ain't and put them against somebody who's one of the greatest orators, speakers, rappers, men in our time. And y'all think that's cool? Y'all think that shit's like fly? Y'all done lost it, bro. Y'all done lost the essence of what life is about, of what being black is about. They're winning. Man, get the f out of here.
I think Jim was trolling. So I don't have much to say about it because I don't believe that Jim Jones believes that he's a better rapper than Nas, Pusha T, and Styles P. Yeah. I think he's an icon in terms of the fashion
culturally,
shit.
All
and
right.
Yeah, but we got to stop the train at somewhere.
Nas is a good place to stop that train.
Nas is a great place to stop that train for anybody.
Yeah.
When you start naming specific people,
I'm not mad at that.
it feels weird to me. Also, he doesn't have more Billboard entries than Nas. That's the other thing.
I didn't check it.
He does.
I saw some people fact checking it.
He does not, and it's not particularly close.
Yeah, it's not.
He doesn't have a bigger listening base.
I wouldn't have thought it was close, but again, I didn't check it.
It's not close, and
even if you remove features,
even if you get rid of features,
not close.
It's just not close. I mean, you look at Spotify. Nas has 9 million followers. I think Jim has like 850,000. I mean, the traditional metric. You look at Grammys. I don't think they're on the same planet. I don't think that they should be debating that.
See, and that's why it's smart for Jim to insert himself in these conversations.
His latest Instagram post, he was saying, yo, going viral is part of the gig today. And he's like, I understand today's game. So yeah, I'm gonna get up here, I'm gonna say whatever, I'm gonna go viral and make business off of it. It's the same shit he told us. I gotta play that game now.
To me, we also gotta respect the culture and respect the history. I mean, I don't love that move. If you were to say I'm gonna go, whatever, every rapper has a right to say that. But when it becomes, again, about an individual rapper, to me, who is on the Mount Rushmore, I just don't like it. It just doesn't sit well with me. You know what I mean? Again, 23-year-old is one thing. You don't know no better. But grown ass men shouldn't be talking about Jim Jones and Nas in the same conversation.
That is a great strategy that they started to put into this whole thing. And I seen this is something I'm watching in the recent, like how they clipping and
it's
viral clickbait and all this shit from just the smallest amount of words that I could say, and that's what created this whole
moment, right?
It's just going crazy right now.
The clips is a vicious game though, because nobody cares if it's truthful. Nobody cares if it was taken out of context. It doesn't matter.
It's the truth.
And then there's no integrity with the outlets that share the clips, because it's just the wild, wild west out here. So sometimes I see things and I'm like, that's not how.
Angie, nobody takes the responsibility of being a journalist serious. Like you do. And you have for so many years.
I try, but sometimes it's not even in my control.
No, it's way out there. But I'm just saying, there's very few journalists like you.
Thank you.
Most people are clickbaiting for that. Like that's their whole existence, and I get it.
Yeah.
I'm here for everything. We gonna run it down the line. We gonna have fun. You dig? Like there's not too much seriousness. You know what I mean? Like this is entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine this. You're in school, right? And there's this one kid who's been getting really popular lately. They're doing great on projects, maybe even got their picture in the school newsletter. But then they start saying they're the best at everything, like better than the kids who have been the top of the class for years. They start talking a little trash. What do you think happens next? Usually, the class legends step up and are like, hold up, let's get something straight. That's exactly what went down in New York rap not too long ago. And guys, it was brutal. We're talking about one of the most one-sided, total knockouts in hip-hop history. So let's get into it. Today, we're breaking down the beef where Jim Jones got absolutely roasted by Jadakiss and Styles P from the Locks. This wasn't just a diss track. This was like a master showing a student how it's really done. An absolute verbal takedown. On one side, you've got Jim Jones. He's from Harlem, part of the super flashy, super stylish group called Dipset, the Diplomats. You might know his huge hit, We Fly Highballin'. Over the last few years, Jim has been killing it in business. I'm talking real estate, vodka, all kinds of stuff. He even got on the cover of Forbes magazine. Seriously, Google it. Because of all this, he started calling himself Capo, like a boss. On the other side, you've got Jadakiss and Styles P. They're from Yonkers, part of the legendary group The Locks. These guys are like the respected OGs of hardcore New York street rap. They've been around since the 90s, working with Biggie, DMX, everyone. They're known for crazy lyricism, gritty stories, and major respect. People call Jadakiss one of the best rappers to ever touch a mic. They're not about the flash as much as they're about the bars and the street credibility. So what started the beef? How did we get here? For a while, Jim Jones was enjoying his business success. But then he started saying things. He began positioning himself not just as a mogul, but as one of the greatest rappers of all time. He'd make comments about other legends, saying his generation was better. But the big mistake happened when he started talking about the Locks. He made comments downplaying their legacy and their impact. He questioned their place in hip-hop history. And the hip-hop world was like, oh no, you did not just do that. In hip-hop, especially in New York, you don't just get to call yourself a king. The other kings have to agree. And you especially don't disrespect legends who have been doing this for decades. The Locks are like the teachers of this class. Jim Jones was acting like he was too cool for school. The streets were waiting. Everyone was watching their Instagrams, their interviews, like, when are the Locks going to respond? It was a quiet tension for weeks. And then they did. The Locks dropped a diss track called Redburn. Guys, from the second it started, you knew it was over. The beat was dark and scary, like a horror movie. And then Jadakiss' voice comes in, cold and calm. They weren't yelling. They were just stating facts. And it was way more scary. This wasn't a song you danced to. This was a song you listened to with your mouth open. Let me break down why it hit so hard. Jadakiss went in first. He didn't just call Jim Jones names. He took apart his whole story. He talked about how Jim was always kinda in the background of Dipset, behind Cameron and Joel Santana. He referenced Jim being like a background dancer. Ouch. He mocked the business success, saying stuff like, you got a Forbes cover, but we got bricks on covers. Talking about their own album covers and real street history. He was basically saying, your new money doesn't impress us. We've been the real deal. He even questioned Jim's past stories about selling drugs, asking for proof and calling him fake. It was like a detective exposing a case. Then Styles P jumped in. If Jadakiss was a surgeon with a scalpel, Styles P was a bulldozer. No fancy wordplay, just straight, hard punches. He said the line that broke the internet. You not a legend, you a mention. Think about that. A mention is when someone else is telling a story and they briefly say your name. A legend, I asked the story. He was saying Jim Jones is just a footnote in hip-hop, not a main chapter. That line alone trended for days. Styles P dismissed Dipset's whole style as just about pink clothes and sunglasses, not real substance. He questioned Jim's toughness. He made it clear, this isn't a debate about who has more money. This is about who has more respect. And the Locks have banks of it saved up. The internet lost IT's mind. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere was memes. People made videos of Jim Jones' face on fire. The you a mention line was used for everything. The reaction was 100% unanimous. The Locks won. No question. Why? Because everything they said felt true. It came from a place of real, earned respect. They sounded like two older brothers putting a younger brother in his place with pure facts. What did Jim Jones do? He tried to respond. He went on Instagram Live a lot, looking kinda upset. He dropped a few songs back. But honestly, they fell flat. There was no line that hit as hard as you mention. He mostly talked about his money and his businesses, like, I'm rich, I win. But that's a weak comeback when someone is attacking your core reputation as a rapper and a street dude. It just sounded like he was changing the subject. The general feeling was that he was overwhelmed. The fire from Redburn was too hot to put out. Doing some digging. This wasn't just out of nowhere. This tension had been building for years. The Locks and Dipset reps different sides of New York. The Locks are the gritty, street, bars over everything guys. Dipset are the flashy, fashionable, make hits and get money guys. They've always had a friendly rivalry, but Jim's comments took it too far. Also, Jim Jones had been dissing other people too, like Mano and Fivio Foreign. He was in a beefing mood, but picking a fight with the Locks was the biggest miscalculation. Another key point, the Locks didn't just drop the track and hide. They did interviews where they calmly explained why they did it. Jadakiss said it was about principle and respect for the culture. They made it clear this was about protecting the legacy of real hip-hop. This made them look even more like the wise adults in the room. This clash was bigger than just some rappers arguing. It was a clash of styles. The new school mogul, Jim Jones, versus the old school legends, the Locks. Flash and business versus bars and street cred. And in a straight-up lyrical battle, the legends will almost always win. This beef proved a major rule in hip-hop. You can buy fame, but you can't buy respect. You have to earn it. For the Locks, this was a huge power move. It reminded everyone, young and old, that they are still top-tier lyricists. You can't just skip past them in the greatest of all-time conversation. For Jim Jones, it was a harsh lesson. In the rap game, the ceiling is held up by the people who came before you. If you try to jump past them without the skills to back it up, you might get knocked right back down. So that's the story. Redburn is now considered a modern classic diss track. It's a perfect example of how to end a beef with cold, hard, undeniable facts and legendary delivery. Jadakiss and Styles P didn't just want to win an argument. They wanted to make a point for the whole culture. And they did. They proved that when it comes to the true heart of hip-hop, the lyrics, the respect, the legacy, some people are fireproof. And others, well, they get burned. What do you guys think? Was this the most one-sided win ever? Can you think of another beef where someone took an L this bad? Who are your GOAT diss tracks from? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. If you like diving deep into this rap history with me, if you love understanding the stories behind the music, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown. We're always watching the culture, keeping it fun and easy to understand. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.